Digital lab technologies have become more widespread. Access remains uneven. In some areas, labor productivity has increased, but informal employment still accounts for a large share of jobs. Achieving SDG 8 will require ongoing investments, better policy implementation, and strength international cooperation. Countries must focus on inclusive growth and resilience to ensure no one is left behind. Moving to the next slide. What are the challenges? While achieving the goals of SDG 8, multiple challenges hinder the achievement of SDG 8. Informal work is prevalent in many countries, leaving workers without contracts, legal protection, or social security. Gender disparities continue to limit women's access to decent work and equal pay. Limited access to education and vocational training reduces employment opportunities for many, especially in rural and disadvantaged areas. Discrimination against marginalization groups, such as people who are moving from another state or countries or place, or disabilities and ethnic minorities, further restricts participation in the labor market. Next one is your youth and employment challenges. This one is the major, you can say major objectives of under your SDG 8. Youth face distinct employment challenges. Globally, youth people are nearly 3 times more likely than adults to be unemployed. A key issue is the mismatch between the skills taught in education system and those needed in the labor market. There's a gap between education, or you can say there's a gap between the learnings what we are providing and what they are facing at the real scenario. So we need to fill the gap. Many graduates struggle to find jobs in their fields. Vocational and technical training programs are underutilized in many regions. Internships, apprenticeships, and entrepreneurships are vital pathways to employment, yet youth often lack access to these opportunities. Government supports, mentorship programs, and inclusive policies are critical to fostering youth employment. Digital literacy and adaptable skill sets are increasingly important as industries evolve. Next one is gender equality and employment. Despite progress, gender inequality in employment remains widespread. Women often earn less than men for the same work. They are not getting same amount as the men are getting at place, and are underrepresented in leadership positions. Many women lack access to formal employment, job benefits, or career advancement opportunities. Additionally, the burden of unpaid care work limits women's participation in the workforce. Policies promoting equal pay, maternity protection, and affordable children can significantly improve women's employment outcomes. Anti-harassment laws and gender inclusive workplace practices are essential for safety and dignity. Empowering women through access to education, finance, and training contributes to broader economic and social development. Gender equality in employment is not only fair but also economically beneficial. Next one is informal sectors and labor rights. Informal sectors play very crucial roles in the employment in different developing countries. The informal sectors plays a significant role in many developing countries but also often lacks regulation. Workers in informal sector frequently face unsafe conditions, long hours and low wages without social security or benefits. SDG 8 promotes formalizing informal employment by strengthening labor laws and expanding social protection schemes, ensuring fair wages, legal contracts, and the right to unionize the critical steps. Government must support labor inspection, data collection, and institutional capacity building to improve compliance. The role of education and skills. Education and skill development are central to achieving SDG 8. Quality education enhances employability, boosts innovation, and supports long-term economic growth. Vocational and technical training equips individuals with job-ready skills for specific industries. Lifelong learning enables workers to adapt to changing the markets and technological advances. Digital literacy is increasingly essential for employment in modern economies. Bridging the skills gap requires aligning education with labor market needs. Government should invest in inclusive and flexible education systems that foster critical thinking and adaptability. Enhancing access to quality education for all, especially marginalized groups, supports equitable and sustainable development. Now the next one is migration and decent work. Migrant workers are vital to many national and global economies, but they often face discrimination and exploitation. Many migrants work in informal or low-paid sectors without legal protections. SDG 8 advocates for fair, transparent, and regulated migration system. Legal pathways are for labor migration help integrate migrants into formal employment and protect their rights. Equal treatment, access to services, and anti-exploitation measures are essential. Host countries benefit from migrant labor, innovation, and cultural diversity. Next one is your technological change and jobs. Technology is transforming work. Automation and artificial intelligence are replacing routine tasks, reshaping industries and changing job profiles. While some jobs are lost, others are created in tech-driven sectors. SDG 8 emphasizes promoting innovation while protecting displaced workers. Governments and business must invest in re-skilling and up-skilling programs to help workers transitions. Digital skills, problem solving, and adaptability are critical for future jobs. Inclusive technological change ensures that all workers benefit from innovation. Public policies should support digital infrastructure, equal access to training, and ethical use of technology to ensure no one is excluded from the digital economy. Another slide is your small business and economic growth. SMEs play a very significant role in employment, in generation of employments in case of your developing economies. Small and medium enterprises are key drivers of employment and innovations, especially in developing countries. They contribute significantly to local economies, offering opportunities for entrepreneurship and job creation. SDG 8 calls for supporting SMEs through improved access to finance, regulatory frameworks, and capacity building programs. Startups and local enterprises stimulate competition and community development. Public-private partnerships can strengthen resilience and help business survive economic downturns. Encouraging inclusive business ecosystem ensures that growth reaches all sectors of the society. Supporting small businesses is essential for sustainable economic transformation and achieving broad-based prosperity. Another important point, or you can say emerging topic, that is your green jobs. Now every country is focusing on this point. Green jobs align economic development with environmental protection. They include work in renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, waste management, and green technologies. SDG 8 emphasizes the importance of creating environmentally sustainable employment to tackle climate change. A green economy provides new opportunities while reducing environmental risk. Workers need re-skilling and training to transition into green sector. Climate smart policies, investments in clean technology, and education programs can accelerate green job growth in an economy. Empowering youth and entrepreneurs in green innovation promotes sustainable livelihoods. Advancing SDG 8 requires integrating employment strategies with climate and sustainable goals. And the next one is your impact of COVID-19 on employment. The COVID-19 pandemic caused unprecedented disruptions to global employment. Over 200 million jobs were lost, with informal youth and female workers disproportionately affected. Many lack social protection and face increased poverty and insecurity. SDG 8 now emphasizes the need for post-pandemic recovery strategies that rebuild economies and improve labor protection. The crisis highlighted the importance to resilient social safety nets and flexible work systems. Digital platforms became essential for remote work and learning. Now, I would like to discuss with two cases. I have taken two cases. One is related with India and next one is related with your Norway. So the first one is India. In case of India, India faces complex labor market challenges. Informal employment accounts for large share of the workforce. Youth unemployment remains high, and there is a significant gap between education and job market requirements. The government has introduced programs such as Skill India to enhance technical training and Startup India to support entrepreneurship. Manrega offers wage employment in rural areas. However, infrastructure gaps, low female labor force participation, and inadequate policy coordination slow progress. Achieving SDG 8 in India requires better implementation of policies, targeted investment in education and health, and stronger labor protection. India's experience highlights both the potential and challenges of inclusive growth. Now the next one, another case study is your Norway. Norway provides an example of successful SDG 8 implementation. The country has strong labor laws, robust social protection system and high levels of unionization. Gender equality is promoted through parental leave, equal pay, and anti-discrimination policies. The government supports reskilling and lifelong learning to ensure workers adapt to economic changes. Green job initiatives align employment with environmental goals. Public and private sectors collaborate to maintain fair labor practices and economic stability. Low unemployment and high job satisfaction reflect effective governance and planning. Nervous model demonstrate how social welfare and economic development can reinforce each other. Now there are different participants, or there are different bodies which can play important roles in achieving the SDG 8. Now the next first one is your role of government in achieving SDG. Government play a central role in realizing SDG 8. Now, they must create inclusive policies that ensure fair wages, decent work conditions, and access to quality education and training. Government should support innovation, SME development, and infrastructure investments. Expanding social protection system helps reduce inequality and protect vulnerable groups. Regulation of wages, working hours, and workplace safety is vital. Public-private partnership can improve workforce development. Monitoring mechanisms and data systems are needed for policy evaluation and accountability. Government leadership is crucial to building resilient, inclusive economies that deliver decent work for all. Role of businesses and NGOs. They play another significant role in achieving the objective of SDG 8. So what are their roles? Let's see. Businesses and NGOs are key partners in achieving SDG 8. Companies should promote fair wages, safe working conditions, and equal opportunities. Continuous employee training and development support innovation and retention. Inclusive hiring practices improve diversity and social equity. NGOs play a vital role in advocating for vulnerable workers, monitoring labor rights, and supporting policy reforms. Collaborative initiatives between private sector, civil society, and government can address unemployment, labor rights, and sustainable issues. CSR, corporate social responsibilities, and ethical business practices enhance social impact. Together, these factors can advance inclusive and sustainable economic growth. And the last one is conclusion and way forward. In conclusion, SDG 8 is essential for promoting decent work and sustainable economic growth worldwide. Fair wages, social protection, and safe working environments are critical to human dignity and national development. Quality education, inclusive policies, and technological innovations are necessary to build resilient economies. Green jobs offer opportunities to align employment with certain goals. Youth, women, and marginalized groups need targeted support to access decent work. Formalizing informal employment is crucial for society or for social equity. Achieving SDG 8 requires a strong partnership between governments, business, and civil societies. Together, we can create a more just, prosperous, and sustainable world for all. Thank you, everyone.
अच्छा
Yes, loud and clear. Thank you, sir, for such a nice talk, well organized and deliberating the session with case study, Norwegian case study, and we are really, informed and lucky to listen to you. It has been, well organized and well planned lecture that can be sensitizing the participants. Now session is open to the participants. If they want to give any feedback, or if they do have any query, or if they want to compliment anything that they want to add, I can read their chat box for the resource person. If there is any feedback, any comment, you can share in the chat. Please feel free so that we can make the conclusion more and more productive and informative. Any participant for feedback, I can also request you to unmute and share your opinion if you wish to. So I think there is no message. Only one thing, like UGC has given an advisory that all sustainable development goals should be integrated to present day research. So how do you suggest that researchers should approach to the, integrating their research with United SDG, United Nations SDG goal number 8? How should they approach it? Yes.
SDG 8 is considered as economic growth. This is work and economic. So a researcher can study on ground level whether laborers or informal sector employees are getting their basic pay or they are getting different types of facilities at their ground level or not. So we talk about the HR sector. We can study about employees payment. We can study about different facilities given to employees at the ground level. So a researcher can study this employees salaries.
And what are the new avenues? Because I feel personally that 2030 is now too close. In that 5 years, it won't be possible for all of us to beat out all these goals. But somewhere, United Nations, I browsed their website twice, or 3-4 times you can say. But in their main signaling picture of the goal number 8 is not being highlighted. Rather, it has been, you can say, removed from the major picture. Though it is in below listing, it is there somewhere. But why they themselves are segregative of this goal?
Because SDG 8 is linked with SDG 1, SDG 2 and SDG 3, that is poverty, hunger and health. That's why they are giving more focus on SDG 1st, 2nd and 3rd. That's why they have separated it.
They have separated it. Rather, they have segregated it in a way that it is not being, projected separately. But deliberating on such a topic has always been a challenge, and somewhere you justify all the things and all the corners of the talk, and somewhere I wish to come to the opening part of that where we can come to the resource person's vision, and I find that it has been quite informative and quite inspirational to all, and I think that the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences and Engineering segment will also be coming on the newly created joint forum, where they can try to foresee the upcoming problems and issues and try to address these problems, or try offering such solution to the problem. And that's where lies the success of United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 8, or that is entitled as decent work and economic growth. And decency in work, what I feel that as a nation, India traditionally, somewhere, though we do have the Bhagavad Gita with us that talk about Nishkam Karma Yoga, but in practical times, there is a kind of hierarchical division that this work is good, this work is bad, and this is not for me. This is normally, if you will talk, and let me use some Hindi word, मेरे लायक कोई काम हो तो बताइएगा। वो मेरे लायक काम में बहुत सारे लोगों के प्रेफरेंसेस होते हैं, दे हैव देयर प्रेफरेंसेस कि नहीं मैं तो ये नहीं कर सकता, मैं तो वो नहीं कर सकता, ये बढ़िया काम है और ये खराब काम है। I headed management department here for 3 years, more than 3 years, 20 January 22, March 23. But I found a few of colleagues complaining that अच्छा काम तो आपने उनको दे दिया, ये काम आपने मुझे दे दिया, मेरे को खराब ही काम डिपार्टमेंट में क्यों दिया जाता है। So they have somewhere, they are working in the management system, but their own segregation, their own slabs, like this slab is fitting for my need, and this is my job, this is others job, ये अच्छा वाला काम है, ये बुरा वाला काम है, ये बेहतरीन काम है, और इस तरह के नैरो डिवीजन में खुद को डाल करके, एंड दे आर फीलिंग दैट। तो ये हम देखते हैं कि नॉट ओनली विद द सर्टेन कोलीग्स, आर होल सोसाइटी इज हैविंग दैट काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रेटिफिकेशन, बट समवेयर इन पंजाब, इफ यू विल मूव टू द रादर अदर डेवलप्ड स्टेट्स इनसाइड इंडिया itself, or Gujarat, you will find that even if they are doing any task, they have a sense of gravity and glory, and they have a sense of dignity of labor. So decent work, what I mean before concluding this session, that decent work is not the work like that you feel is the decent. Rather, any task that we can execute decently, any task where we are good at, and whether we are getting that opportunity based on that or not. It is not like that, like tabooing a task that this is not decent and this is decent. Decent work and economic growth, work growth, and whether somebody is availing career growth opportunity or somewhere invisible glass ceiling, that is also being calculated from your slides, and that whether some invisible glass ceiling is there, or whether we are able to get growth in every dimension. So somewhere that kind of ladder is to be created, that for growth, and that in any task. See, if we decide that this is good, this is bad, and we hierarchify, you can say, so Bata is a company, and every manager should know the growth of that they decided with the shoemaking and footwear designing, and ultimately they ruled the market, not only India dominantly, rather they dominated the brands in neighborhood countries as well. Dominant places you can find showrooms of Bata, even in Bangkok or other places, in the whole all over Asia probably. And when we look at the Tata also, then they started working in the different field, and now they are owning the Air India. Anyways, there are many challenges they are facing nowadays, but definitely they are a big fighter in terms of industry, and they will come up with success today or tomorrow. Because very recently, I think not more than 2 years when they took over the Air India, and because at the time it was in the worst condition as an industry, and probably I think more than 4,000 crore loss it was going through. So Tata took over, and they are trying to modify and that business and restructure that business. Anyways, there are challenges, like even free leather you will find from West Bengal they started, and now they are having a brand, they could build a brand, and that way what I noticed that somewhere we need to identify the execution part of the work in decency, and aligning growth opportunity to all, whether all workers, co-workers, are they getting equal opportunity for growth. Then there lies the decency of work, and if somebody is being paid, whether he is paid because of compulsion or his eligibility, or you can say कि अभी हम लोग बात कर रहे थे few moment back before the lecture कि किसी के मजबूरी की सैलरी है या वो उसकी योग्यता की है. If something is clubbed with that, then I find that job growth and economic growth will be aligned with that, and decent work will be there. Thank you once again, sir, for joining us, and we hope that in future we will collab again and again. And at the University of Allahabad, Professor V.K. Roy in the Department of English is very good friend of mine, and so from this forum I want to say hello to him also. I want to thank IEEE chapter student branch, and Allahabad has been the prominent seat of knowledge and learning. From there, you took our call and you joined us. We hope similar collaboration in the near future, and it has been a very nice lecture. We would like to extend our heartfelt thanks to the member of NDLI Club, and as well as faculty member Dr. Anjali also. That's because of her I could get an access to you, and we have our faculty colleagues Dr. Milind Rajananji and Dr. Faizan Ahmed ji, and certain research scholar of the department joining online, and other faculty members joining online. I extend my heartfelt thanks to all of them and the whole NDLI Club, and on behalf of all of them, our heartiest thanks collaboratively goes to you and IEEE chapter student branch, Madan Mohan Pandey. Thanks a lot, sir. So,
thank you so much for giving this opportunity to present my view on the topic. Thank you so much, sir.
So wonderful, and it has been a nice interaction, so sweet interaction. We'll meet again and again, and hopefully, if time permit, we will meet physically too.
Thanks.
I am very frequent to Allahabad. Okay. And yeah, you are also from BHU, I am from BHU, Dr. Anjali is also. So that way, even member secretary of the NDLI Club, DM Pandey is also from Banaras University. So we could create a forum again and again. Thank you. Thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Should we call it a day? Thanks. Thank you all.
फिनिश कर देते नहीं दीजिए ना 1 मिनट जूम ही नहीं हो रहा है। फ्लो कनेक्शन एक तो